Alright everyone, today we're going to be playing Counter-Strike Source in 2025. 21 years later, the game has definitely seen better days. The current state of the game is not honestly that good. I think that of all the Counter-Strike games, honestly, this is the one that I would recommend the least. Not because it's the worst Counter-Strike game, it's actually my personal favorite, but because of the community right now is just not that strong anymore in 2025, unfortunately. You have a lot more active players on 1.6, and even Condition 0 probably doesn't have more players than Counter-Strike Source, but it's a lot easier to get into matches. So here's the problem with Source. Even though it says there's about 15,000 active players on Steam every day, the actual in-game server browser is broken and never got fixed. So what happens is what you see on the screen right now is this is a game where I'm spectating a bunch of Russians playing Counter-Strike and I'm not actually playing myself. A lot of the servers, they appear like there's multiple servers in the browser, but like when you click on pretty much all of them, they all redirect you to the same Russian server, and it's a pain in the ass. Like, it really is annoying and frustrating. I even downloaded a thing that blacklisted a bunch of the Russian servers, and it's still, there's just so many that keep popping up, but they're not real. They're like spoofs to connect you to that one server. It's so, I don't understand why they didn't fix it. If you search by the most amount of players, it doesn't help. You're just lost. Finding servers is really, really difficult. So, my recommendation is this. I have a link in the description for a website that lists the most active servers by player count. It's more accurate than the actual in-game server browser, and if you see one that is in your region that has a high enough player count, then what you do is that you copy the IP address, paste it into your favorites, and boom, you're good to go. So I did that, so I finally left the Russian server, and I got into this server, which is said on that thing that there were 30 active players. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get a nice game of deathmatch. And I was starting off, I was on a roll. Like, oh my god, I'm getting all these kills. I'm a god at Counter-Strike all of a sudden. And then, as more time goes on, I start to realize, I don't think I'm playing against actual humans. I think I'm actually playing against bots. So, I'm sure there's actually, like, some real decent servers out there. And someone in the description can probably, like, leave the IP address and their recommendations, like the servers that they play, but just like someone like me that's kind of like casual and is just coming at it for the first time, or, you know, or at least coming back after X amount of years of not playing, it is just very, very annoying just trying to play the game. I spent more time browsing the server browser and trying to actually find a match than actually playing the game itself, which is a problem that I do not have with any of the other Counter-Strike games. So, I would say it's worth playing just for the sake of saying you have Counter-Strike Source. It really is the greatest, one of the greatest FPS multiplayer games of all time. I would recommend 1.6 and Condition 0 and CSGO and even Counter-Strike 2 over Source in 2025, at least. You know, you gotta be objective sometimes. It's just really fucking annoying just trying to get into a match and trying to play. But if you're willing to deal with the headache of it, eventually you'll find a match, and eventually you'll be able to actually play the game properly. But just fair warning, it's going to be a process. One that I'm still trying to figure out. And I'm usually the one with the answers, and I'm helpful, and I'm trying to guide people the right way. But I'm actually, for the first time, asking people in the comments to kind of guide me and to guide the rest of the viewers. Because it's just, it's a maze. It's really just a annoying process trying to actually find a match. Every time I think I found one, it's filled with bots, or it's something else is a problem. Like, I get kicked out of servers in Europe for having too high ping, because they're, like, low ping only. If your ping is like, 100 or higher, we'll kick you out. Yeah, I really hate the way that Counter-Strike Source is now. And it's so unnecessary. Just fix the goddamn server browser, that's all I want. And don't have bots included in the player count, because that's another thing that really pisses me off. And even, like, the Russian servers, like, they don't even let you play. You're forced to spectate. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I want to recommend this in 2025. It's, probably not the best Counter-Strike for you to play.